C.S. Lewis defines love as a steady wish for the other person's ultimate good as far as it can be obtained. Not just being nice to people because we're supposed to, but really having that deep love for people because of the love that Christ has shown you, and devoting yourselves to these people because you love them. Do we have a steady wish for our neighbor's ultimate good, or are we just being nice to them? Hate what is evil, cling to what is good. That's the last part of verse 9. We cannot be okay with falling into temptations and refusing to love people. You see, we have to fight these temptations and these sins that we're battling with everything that we have, in order that we can grow closer to God and further His kingdom. And we also have to cling to what is good. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." We have to cling to these things so that we can not only get away from the temptations and the sins, but that we can also grow in our relationship with God. You see, these two commands go hand in hand. To simply hate evil without pursuing love and goodness, but not trying to pursue a godly relationship with God, is impossible. If you're not trying to pursue a relationship with God, then why did you come to Him in the first place? And we have to be devoted to that relationship with God. And we have to be devoted to goodness in pursuing that relationship so that others can see what He's done in our lives. Verse 10, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." The sincere, unconditional love that Paul's talking about is not looking to benefit itself, nor is it willing to give up. Everyone's needs should come before our own, and we should devote ourselves to each other in love, and helping each other avoid pitfalls of temptations, and helping each other build each other up when we're going through the tough times in life, because we're devoted to this cause that God's given us. Verse 11, "Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord." Now, yes, at times we're going to get exhausted, and at times we might lose our focus and feel like giving up. But during these times, we have to rest in God and remember the joy that we had when we first came to salvation. And we have to refocus ourselves, and our prayer becomes like David's in Psalm 51:12, when he says, "Restore to me the joy of your salvation and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me." See, in order to not be lacking in zeal, in order to stay dedicated and devoted to God, we have to lean on Him and rest in Him to give us the energy and the passion to move forward. Verse 12, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer." Because of our hope that we have in our salvation, we've stayed joyful in all circumstances. And in our times of pain and in the times where everything just seems to be going wrong, we stay patient because we know what we have waiting for us. And out of gratitude and a loving pursuit of God, and out of that devotion to God, we stay faithful in our prayer life, and we stay committed to furthering that relationship that we have with God. So, in all aspects of our life, we have to be devoted to each other, to our relationship with God, and to furthering His kingdom. And the second way that our love should stick out is that we should be caring, in verses 13 through 16. Verses 13 says, "Share with the Lord's people who are in need, practice hospitality." And we should be happily giving to these people in need. This goes back to love must be sincere, that we have to be wanting to give to these people because we care for them. 2 Corinthians 9:7 says, "Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." So this hospitality that we show to other believers and other people should come from being in love with God and His people. Verse 14, "Bless those who persecute you, bless and do not curse." And this one can be kind of hard, but when we curse those who persecute us, we usually do so because we're concerned with ourselves. But we have to care more about others than we do about ourselves. And we should care about everyone around us because of their broken state, including and especially those who persecute us, because they need Jesus more than most. Or I wouldn't say more than most, but like they're farthest from it. They need that light in their lives. And when we care about everyone, we reach out to and we bless those who persecute us, because we're not concerned about what they're doing to us. We just love them so much that we just want to show them the light that's been shown to us as much as we possibly can, because we care about these people. Verse 15, rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. When you care about people, you're willing to go through anything with them because you're not in it for yourself. Whether it be the high points or the low points, you're willing to stick with them through it all. And telling people about God, telling people about how God has impacted your life is great. But people are not as willing to accept it unless they know you, unless you've been with them and shown it in your life. And by celebrating with your neighbor at the high points and crawling into the low points with them, they look at the gospel that you have presented to them with much more weight and authenticity, because they know that